Welcome to this wonderful space where personal growth meets inner peace. Today, we are exploring a deeply human experience, the challenge of managing a busy mind and powerful emotions. Do you ever wake up and suddenly feel like your thoughts are running in 10 different directions at once? Or perhaps you find that a sudden wave of anger or sadness takes complete control of your day before you even have a chance to stop it. If you feel this way, please know that you are not alone. As an artificial intelligence, I do not experience human emotions, stress, or anxiety. However, I have analyzed vast amounts of information regarding human psychology, and I can tell you that millions of people struggle with this exact feeling of being overwhelmed. The very first step toward finding peace is realizing that your mind is never your enemy. In fact, it is the most powerful tool you possess. The problem is that most people live their lives on autopilot. Living on autopilot means that you simply react to whatever happens around you without stopping to think. It means letting sudden, temporary feelings make permanent, life-changing decisions for you. To break this cycle, you must make a strong, conscious decision to take back the steering wheel of your mind. One of the greatest traps you must avoid on this journey is the deep desire for temporary relief. When you feel stressed, tired, or overwhelmed, it is incredibly tempting to look for things that make you feel better immediately. You might find yourself eating a large amount of unhealthy junk food, binge-watching television shows for hours, or mindlessly scrolling through social media. While these actions provide a quick feeling of comfort, they cause long-term damage. When you reward your stress with instant pleasure, you are accidentally training your brain to run away from its problems instead of actually solving them. For example, if you feel stressed about a big project at work and you choose to look at Instagram for 2 hours instead of organizing your tasks, you will only end up feeling more guilty and having less time. Instead of giving in to these sudden urges, you must practice responding with true wisdom rather than blind impulse. Your emotions will always push you to react instantly, often out of fear or pride. But impulse is like a wildfire. If you do not control it, it can easily destroy your relationships and your peace of mind. A highly practical way to handle this is the 5-second rule. Whenever someone insults you or a situation deeply frustrates you, pause and count slowly from 5 down to 1 before you say a single word. This brief, quiet pause gives your brain the necessary time to shift away from pure emotional reaction and move toward logical, calm thinking. In addition to slowing down your reactions, you must also learn to slow down your daily work. We live in a world that praises doing many things at once, which is called multitasking. You might try to write an email, listen to a podcast, and reply to text messages all at the same time. While this makes you feel very busy, it actually splits your energy and leads to very shallow, low-quality results. Deep focus is what truly improves your productivity and brings emotional calm. To practice this, try using a method where you focus entirely on one single task for exactly 25 minutes, without any distractions. After that, reward yourself with a 5-minute break to stretch or drink water. This simple habit protects your mental energy. Just as you must protect your focus, you must also protect the memories you choose to replay in your head. Your mind is like a massive library that stores every experience you have ever had, but you have the power to choose which books you pull off the shelf. If you constantly think about your past failures, heartbreaks, and embarrassments, your self-confidence will slowly break apart. However, if you actively choose to remember your victories and the strength you built during hard times, you will grow much more resilient. You can even start a small notebook called a victories journal, where you write down every difficult moment you successfully overcame, and read it whenever you feel sad. You must also understand that you do not have to believe every single thought that enters your head. Many of our negative thoughts are not facts, they are simply bad mental habits created by past fears or insecurities. When your brain tells you, "I am always going to fail at this," you must stop and challenge that thought. Ask yourself, is this actually true, or am I just feeling scared right now? Because your brain listens closely to every word you say, even the silent ones, you must replace those negative thoughts with positive self-suggestions. This is like reprogramming a computer. If you wake up every morning and say out loud, "I am calm, I am in control, and I trust my ability to handle anything," your brain will eventually begin to believe it. You can make this even more powerful by taking 2 minutes every night before you sleep to close your eyes and visualize the life you want. Imagine yourself successfully finishing your goals and try to truly feel the happiness of that success. Athletes and successful business people use this mental rehearsal all the time because when the mind clearly sees success, the body begins to follow. The world outside of you also has a massive impact on the world inside of your mind. Therefore, you must master your environment and your 5 senses, what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. If you spend your days in loud, chaotic rooms, watching violent news, and surrounded by mess, your brain will become overstimulated and highly anxious. You can easily fix this by intentionally creating a peaceful sensory routine. Open your windows to let in natural sunlight, play soft and calming music, keep your workspace clean, and perhaps light a candle that smells like lavender or mint. Just as a messy room can drain your energy, so can the wrong people. Emotional energy is highly contagious. If you surround yourself with people who constantly gossip, complain, and create drama, your own mind will become dark and chaotic. On the other hand, if you spend your time with focused, positive, and supportive people, you will naturally begin to grow. Take a moment to think about the people in your life. Try to spend much more time with those who uplift you and politely reduce the time you spend with those who drain your energy. When you create this positive environment, it becomes much easier to understand your own feelings. Emotions are not your enemies, they are simply natural signals trying to deliver a message to you. For example, the feeling of anxiety is usually a signal that something in your life feels uncertain or unsafe. Anger is often a signal that someone has crossed a personal boundary. Sadness tells you that something valuable to you is missing. When you finally stop running away from these emotions and instead ask yourself, "What is this feeling trying to tell me?" you can use them as guides rather than letting them confuse you. To build the mental strength required to do all of this, you must train your mind exactly like you would train a physical muscle at the gym. This requires discipline. You build discipline by doing things that are good for you, even when you do not feel like doing them. Waking up early, taking a slightly cold shower, refusing to look at your phone for the first hour of the day, and sitting in total silence for 5 minutes are all excellent ways to lift mental weights. By building a strong, consistent morning routine, you set a calm and powerful tone for the rest of your day. Real strength is never about hiding your feelings or pretending that you do not hurt. True strength is about knowing exactly how to manage what you feel so that it does not destroy your day. Please remember to take very small steps, be gentle and kind to yourself as you learn these new skills, and keep trying to grow a little bit more every single day.